time when I was just like, holy shit, when does this end?
Well, enjoy it while you got it because it ends very quickly.
Yeah, that I mean, I understand when you say that. It's just damn it. Anyways, the 9 games in a weekend is just too much.
Yeah, well, it's sometimes it's nice to breathe, right? Especially in the Christmas season.
Yeah, like this week's gonna be crazy. We have a Christmas concert. You're packing up to go away for Christmas. This, that. It's busy. So we did our Christmas last night already, and
Oh, were you a good boy or a bad boy? Did
I
Santa
don't
bring?
think I made the nice list. But you know what? I was still blessed by my parents and my wife and my kids. So they came through even though I probably didn't deserve it.
Wow, wow. Did you get like a gas card for a year or
I
something?
I,
Like,
I wish. No, I got a very nice bottle of whiskey and I got a cool little portable take with you tire inflator type thing if you ever have a flat tire.
oh
And
yeah,
what else did I get? I got something else. I got a little projection screen to take with me and put the big screen on whenever I want to with kids or wherever, have a movie out in the backyard, those type of things. Yeah.
nice. Well, what do you get that the person isn't going to throw in their closet and not
Yeah,
look
like
at it?
I'm 37 already. I'm a grown ass man, have a job. If I need something, I buy it, and everybody knows that. So that's
Yeah.
Christmas is not for me. It's for those three little monkeys that live upstairs, man.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Fans Perspective Show. I'm Tyson,
I'm Josh.
and we're just talking a little Christmas here before we went on the air. And yeah, we're last week before Christmas, basically. So,
Yeah, I
yeah,
love it. It's my favorite week for some reason. Oh, the kids are, super excited.
yeah.
Everything seems to be awesome.
I
Um,
like the turkey. That's my favorite thing, the turkey.
yeah, you're a turkey guy. I love turkey too. My wife doesn't, so we don't get it often, but we are getting turkey this Christmas. I believe turkey, prime rib, and pork belly will all be done on the old Traeger in Calgary. So I'm excited for all the food, all the chocolates, lots of whiskey. I've got a great football game coming on Christmas Day. I'm nervous as shit, but should be good.
Well, that is good. And let's get on right at her for the NFL scores because today's a big day. The 10 wishes for the Calgary Flames by
Yeah,
Josh.
I ended up getting I think eight that I could really think of. The other two are kind of just whatevers, but
No
eight
problem.
serious ones I was very adamant on.
We
Yeah.
don't have to call it the 10 wishes. We can call it the top wishes.
Yeah, these would be my 7 to 8 top wishes. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get to the NFL scores first here. Cincinnati 27-24 overtime winners versus Minnesota. Indianapolis takes out Pittsburgh 30 to 13. Detroit beats Denver 42-17 in a wow, it
It was
was
a
a rough,
shitty game.
shitty game, yeah. Carolina over Atlanta 9-7 in a
Did you,
state. Wow.
and as we're on that topic before we move on to the next score, did you see their stadium?
No.
Nobody in it. Worse than an XFL game. And they sold the tickets for 45 cents. And they could not get
Wow.
anybody to the game. 45 cents.
Well,
To
they're
get
terrible.
lower to get lower second bowl right along the rail, I checked
Yeah.
it to get 10 tickets. If I want to take me and my wife and her family, all the kids, everybody, it would have costed me about $100.
So they're losing money big time.
They died this weekend. Like I've never seen anything like it. No tailgating. The parking lot had no vehicles in it. Start of the game had nobody. Halftime had nobody. It was unfreaking believable. Carolina,
Well,
you guys suck.
the old economy probably isn't helping
It's
besides.
not. If you got a terrible product on the field, nobody's forking out that kind of money. Nobody can afford to.
No, and the young kid, of course, is out for the season.
Yeah,
Their young quarterback, right?
yeah,
So
that's when everything changed. So I just had to put that in there. Sorry, keep going.
yeah, no, not a problem. I like it. I like it. Cleveland 20-17 winners over Chicago. Green Bay loses to Tampa Bay 34-20.
Baker
Miami,
Mayfield, first player in the history to ever have a perfect quarterback rating in Lambeau. Baker is
wow.
bacon. 4 straight wins, I think, for him, and he wants it, baby. He wants to make them playoffs. He's got something to prove. So good for you, Baker Mayfield.
Miami 30-0 winners over the Jets. Wow,
Oh, that
Jets.
was bad.
New Orleans 24-6 over the Giants. Giants are terrible as
Damn it,
well.
DeVito! I love you, DeVito. What were you doing to me?
He burnt us. What do
Yeah,
you
he
call
burnt
it?
out.
Houston 19-16 overtime winners over Tennessee.
It was a
KC,
fun finish.
yeah, 27-17 over New England. Arizona loses to San Francisco 45-29. LA Rams 28-20 winners over Washington, who also stinks.
Yeah, they suck.
Buffalo 31-10 winners over Dallas. And is
I
this
wouldn't want to play Buffalo right now. I would not want to play them right now.
no, and is this the start of Dallas's decline? Is what I was wondering.
We talk about it every year. We thought maybe this was their year. They were looking legit
Yeah,
the last couple of weeks, but I hope it. I'm so sorry,
here
all you
we go.
Cowboy
Here we
fans, but
go.
I enjoy your anguish.
Yeah, and Baltimore 23-7 winners over Jacksonville. So
Yeah,
it was another weekend of mixed football. Good
yeah,
football, bad football.
it really was. Niners dominated again, but they let their foot off the gas. So they showed me a couple things that game. Like Arizona was able to move the ball a bit, a couple times. But the Niners offense, if they stay healthy, it's just too damn good
It is good,
for
yeah.
any subpar team to beat them because they're still going to put up a 40 burger on you. Their
Yeah,
defense, though, didn't play great yesterday.
no,
But their offense is that good. My Ravens, great win, huge win because I'm not sure if they'll get any points the next two games. Playing San Francisco on Christmas Day, and then the Miami Dolphins the next Sunday. That's a really tough two back-to-back at this time of the year. And we lost three players last night, four actually during the game. One for the season, we just threw him in the lineup, basically started using him. And last night was the first, and he's the only reason that I still believe he's the only reason we won that game last night. And to lose him is extremely painful. And I watched it, and man, I had a couple tears because that kid he worked through injury twice,
yeah,
undrafted rookie, and it sucks. We've now lost our number one running back two times this year. Started the season with J.K. Dobbins, game one, and now Keaton Mitchell is done for the season. We lost the guy who made the play at the end of the first half to not allow him any points to tackle him in bounds. Didn't come back from that game. Ronnie Stanley left with a concussion. Our best tackle we've got, and he is a stud. He's kind of like our Trent Williams, maybe not that good, but
yeah,
for
yeah,
us,
yeah.
he's that piece. And then we lost another offensive lineman. Off the top of my head, I can't think who it was. We lost two offensive linemen, our star running back and our number two corner. The corner is week to week, so that's okay. But a bright spot for me, because we're on the Ravens and I can preach because they won, luckily. Isaiah Likely has really made a huge step forward in the absence of Mark Andrews. He made two catches yesterday that were Mark Andrews type, your starting tight end stuff that he's never made before. And I was very happy to see. One, he went up. Lamar should have been sacked. He kind of got out of it. His helmet was crooked because the guy got a piece of him. Came out and just like a flick of the wrist, 32-yarder into double coverage, should have been intercepted. Like those guys both went up, but Isaiah Likely kind of jumped from behind him, went over him, caught it on the helmet, and dragged it down. Touchdown right after, and then he had a touchdown himself. And good teams find a way to win. They hang in there, just like the Eagles did so many times this year. So don't count them out just because of injuries. We've dealt with Mark Andrews for 3 weeks, and we found a way to win. Everyone said, well, he's Lamar's blanket. So hopefully we continue to play well. The injury bug screws off now. It got us pretty good last night. And hopefully we can make a playoff run. I'm really hoping that the AFC and NFC, I'm hoping it comes down to it'd be great to see the Niners Eagles. I'd love to see that. I think they're my two faves over there.
Yeah.
And then on my side, I pray my Ravens are there, but I'd love to see the Ravens and the Chiefs because I'd like to take down Mahomes. I really would. I'd like to have that. I don't want to play against him in the playoffs. He scares me. And I sure shit don't want Buffalo there. I'm telling you that right now. I don't want to meet Buffalo in the playoffs if they make it. Josh Allen scares me. That guy has a will to win, man. And they are looking dangerous.
That is my Super Bowl prediction at the beginning.
Yes, it is. And it is alive and well. It is alive and well. They don't have a terribly tough schedule.
Wasn't looking good for a while, but I hope the Chiefs don't even make it past the first round.
Well, I only want to so that I want to beat them. You know, I want to say we beat the reigning champs, the guys that everyone says are here for playoffs. I mean, even last night during that football game, I think they said more positive things about Mahomes than they did Lamar, and Lamar was on the field. I was like,
I know it.
The hate is so real. Like, God.
It's hard to listen to. And the Niners are talked about the same way this year. Like the Niners were ranked the first place team even when they weren't the first place team. And
I'd like to see them fall from grace, of course.
Yeah. And I do think the Niners will. Like, they've been on a good run here, and at some point they're gonna dip.
Johnny had I believe he told me that they were going to be the team to beat about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And now I asked him the other day, well, we went to East End together on Saturday, and he's like, I'm taking Eagles. They've had 2 kicks in the face, all this adversity towards the end. He's like, look at every Super Bowl run towards the end. The team that you think's going to win it never ends up winning it. It's always a team that got smacked in the mouth, that at points towards the end got said, oh, well, they kind of just cast them away, and they give them that underdog attitude. And I said, yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I love that the Ravens, even when they're winning, nobody gives them a chance. Like even last night, the top 3 contenders, they weren't one of them.
No.
After on SportsCenter, they said it was Niners, Cowboys, and the one guy even threw the Bills in there if they make it, but it was Niners, Cowboys, and Chiefs were the decisive 3. I'm like, they totally forgot about the Eagles. The Eagles are dead to them now. Where the Eagles were the top for the whole year up till that one game.
They still are. They still are the best record in football with the Niners.
Yeah, like I don't understand these announcer guys. Like, oh, they're dead. They've lost twice. Blech. Yeah. The Ravens, well, they got Lamar. He gets injured too much. Blech. I'm like, okay, come on, guys. Like, shut up.
Was that Luke Wilson on TSN? Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no shit. Not surprised. The guy looks homeless. Nice haircut.
You know, I'm excited for tonight though. Matt Patricia gonna be calling the defensive plays for the Eagles. I
like Matt Patricia. I loved him when he was with the Pats, man. Absolutely. I think that's a good decision.
Well, Desai, the defensive coordinator, is going to be up in the booth. So lots of teams like their coordinators up in the booth seeing.
They can see it. They got quick replays. They got everything in front of them.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens.
It'll be good. I hope the Eagles will start to climb now as well. They got those 2 shitters out of the way with the 2 toughest teams in football at the time. There we go.
Now and Jalen Hurts, we'll see if he plays tonight because he is sick. So
he's not injured. He's sick.
Yeah. We may see Marcus Mariota, which is okay too. I don't mind.
Right. Make the team in the playoffs. Make the team step up a bit. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's right. So, anyways, great weekend of football once again, but very up and down for quality of football.
Yeah, agreed.
And you know what? It's the injury toll, and we talk about it every week. The injury numbers are staggering, actually. Like,
well, so who was yesterday? Will Levis, poor bastard. I was excited to watch him.
I like him.
Oh, I do too. There is more.
I love the Oilers uniforms. Like,
they are awesome.
Yeah, them are the best uniforms in football.
They're beautiful, man. Those are awesome.
Titans better just keep that full time.
I agree. Who else? There was more injuries. There was him, of course, the 4 on the Ravens.
There's a pile of injuries.
There's a pile. Yeah, there was a pile, man. It doesn't matter. There's too many.
Yeah, every week.
Zach Wilson.
Most teams, that's
not that we care, but I mean, he's another starting quarterback potentially injured out.
Yeah, if you want to call him, will he be even a backup next year? Like, honest to God,
he'll be moved, I believe, unless Aaron Rodgers has anything to say. Aaron Rodgers believes in him. He says he could develop him. He says
there's no way.
I don't think so either. I got no faith in that kid.
He's got a better chance of developing me as a backup quarterback than he does Zach Wilson. I'm telling you.
I'm with you. I got zero faith in the kid, but he's there for a reason. So I shouldn't judge. I can't pick a winner on NFL
Nathan Rourke. Get Nathan Rourke in there.
Released again yesterday or the day before. It's like, God, guys.
Even though Trevor Lawrence now is in concussion protocol after the game.
So. He should have been pulled out of that game. There was he was dominant. Don't forget, in that first quarter, they screwed up 4 times to not get any points. They moved the ball way more than we did. They out-yarded us. Our defense held at the end, caused a fumble. The field goal kicker sucks balls. Hit the uprights, missed one, and then another the miscue at the end with the clock management. But they should have been up by 7 or 10 at the half. No questions asked. And then in the second, the Ravens made a few adjustments. They got to him a bit, but there was one hit man where they showed him on the sidelines. His eyes looked like he had just smoked the biggest joint in the history of life. He was so glossy, and I'm like, I think he's concussed. His next set of downs, he missed receivers by 10 and 20 yards. He couldn't make a throw after that point.
How come the spotter let him even get back in the game?
That's what I mean. I don't understand. And then immediately after the game, because they owned that game, Tyson, even though we were up. Like, we got lucky. Ravens scored when they had to, and our defense got very lucky. Like, the Lawrence fumble, they never even touched him. He went to pump fake it well past the line of scrimmage, which was stupid. Dropped it. We ran it. We got a touchdown off that one. But like, everything was just a comedy of errors. And then as soon as that happened, I mean, the guy was done. And you could see it. And I don't know how they didn't see it. I saw it on live television. I think it's because that game meant so much. They wanted to win so much. And that is a tick on the negative side of the NFL. That poor guy was playing with a concussion. There is no question in my mind.
Well, I wonder if they didn't accidentally on purpose unplug their notification technological unit.
Whatever it is.
Right.
Because, man, he took the hit. It wasn't it was a dirty hit. I'll tell you right now, it wasn't late, but he threw him late. You know, like when they're tackling.
Yeah.
It should have been flagged. It wasn't, but it was immediately after that, man. They showed him on the sidelines frustrated, and I'm like, his eyes were foggy. I was like, you can tell.
You lose him for the season, and season is over, basically.
Yeah, it is. It's completely over. Like, it's done. Like, you don't win in Jacksonville without him.
No.
That'd be like taking Lamar out. They would be toast. Like, there are certain teams that can plug and play a bit. Like the Browns. They got a great running game. They just need a guy to throw safe passes. I mean, Joe Flacco threw 3 interceptions yesterday. I mean, luckily they played the Chicago Bears, who are just the worst dog shit thing ever. But, you know, you just need a manager back there, not a team like Jacksonville isn't good enough to win with a manager. The Ravens aren't good enough to win with a manager. They need a prolific guy, and they've got him, but to risk him, silliness, absolute silliness.
Yeah. And just because he's getting millions of dollars, you think you own his ass, and you probably do, but
you kind of do. But man, you're playing with guys' lives. Like, geez.
Yeah. Well, you lose him to some kind of brain injury that could be career-ending. How do you know, right?
You don't. They'll find out. He's in concussion protocol.
Especially when those guys get that kind of money. I mean, they're set for life. They don't have to come back and chance that BS.
I wouldn't, Tyson. I wouldn't.
No, they got contracts, and them contracts, I'm sure, are insured. Probably.
Yes. Like, they would have to be, I would think.
Yeah. The NFL is a little different because they kind of can get out of contracts very easily compared to
pretty cool. It is very different.
Yeah. So who knows?
We will get into the wish list, but why don't we get into the real life movie that happened in Burstall for a minute?
Yes.
You are unaware. Let's get into some real life shit that happened on the weekend. A town about, as the crow flies, about 20 miles from Fox Valley, half of an hour drive. Some imbecile broke into the local RM office, the municipal shop, and broke out the payloader and ran it through one of the nicest buildings in town. And I mean, literally ran it through like you'd see in a movie. That one that the guy built the payloader and went through everybody down in wherever the hell that was. That was a movie, for God's sakes, true story.
Yeah.
And they did that just to rob an ATM out the front. They hit the credit union and then blasted off and left the payloader sitting there, and probably hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of damage. I mean, I saw it. They took the corner of a brand new building off, and the whole corner, not like just nicked it. They took the whole payloader right through the building. Holy hell. What is going on? This is in a town of 200 and some people. What is going on?
Here's my theory on that whole thing, and check it out on Facebook. Lots of people are sharing it. Burstall Credit Union gets basically robbed, we'll say, the ATM.
Yeah, they did, yeah.
And I don't know how much cash would be in there, but I'm guessing there's got to be like maybe $50,000 kind of in an ATM. I don't know.
So it all depends. Like, I talked to a lady at hockey yesterday. That's when I saw it.
Yeah.
And she runs a credit union north of us, in a small town. I won't say who, of course, that's
Yeah.
not fair.
Yeah.
And she said, generally in small town credit unions, it's between 2 and 10,000.
Okay.
They
Okay.
keep it very low.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays in small towns, should not a lot of cash is going through. It's mostly just depositing checks, and everyone
Yeah.
uses their card and does things over the phone. So it's not a ton of cash in a small town. She said, but that being said, it doesn't matter. Like it's 2 or 10,000 cash, whatever it is. But the damage in a building is just like,
Uh,
oh, mighty.
and in case the credit union does not know, we each deposited Saturday afternoon
Yep,
late
I was over there.
$100,000 checks, right?
Yeah,
We
I
had
was there. They
everything.
hadn't even been registered yet. So I mean, if you could just
Yeah, just
make it
put the
out to the
cash in
fans'
there.
perspective,
Yeah.
we'll take it.
Yeah, but what a crazy event that was actually when I started getting the information yesterday, and
Wild.
could be a movie, the Burstall heist, we could call it, or something like
Stole a
that.
truck and leader, drove it to Burstall, stole the payloader, ran it through a building, yanked the ATM, gone.
But
Where'd they go?
I truly believe that was planned a little bit because the response time, because there's got to be an alarm
Yeah,
at a bank. I'm
yeah.
thinking the response time from leader RCMP to
It's
get the first,
35 to 45 minutes, and they knew that.
yeah. So I mean that gives you plenty of time realistically when you look at it.
You know,
To,
Tyson, what if this was one of those situations? Like, I definitely know the people cased this out because they
yeah.
know the
Oh,
reaction time. They knew there was no local authorities in
yeah.
the town. They knew that. What if it was one of these situations, desperate times, desperate measures? Someone got denied a massive loan that his family absolutely needed because of the crazy times and everything,
Yeah.
and took it out on him and said, "Fuck you! I'm gonna do something really stupid. I'm gonna get some cash out of you, and I'm gonna hurt you." That's a
Yeah.
possibility. I know that's pretty out there, but that's a possibility.
Well, there is all kinds of hurt going on. We all know
There
that.
is.
And this is just the beginning. Mark my words. You're going to see more of this.
Yeah. Hopefully
Unfortunately,
not here. Hopefully
no.
not here. Stay away. Leave me and Tyson alone.
Well, they know that I have no money. You, on
Yeah.
the other hand,
Oh,
maybe.
they ain't breaking our house for money, I'll tell you. They might take a barbecue, maybe get a Traeger or two. Do not touch my cigars. I will cut your throat. Do
No
not
one,
touch my cigars.
no one breaks into a farmhouse because they know there's guns on the
Yeah,
inside.
exactly. Yeah. And probably a dog that will rip their leg off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I don't feed my dogs during the day, so they're hungry at night.
That's on purpose. It's not an SPCA thing, people. Don't get all rowdy. That
No,
is on
no.
purpose. That is a security thing. If they
Yeah.
don't eat during the night, they get a big feed in the morning. Don't worry.
They like to chew on a femur bone at night. Well, let's get to the hockey. I'll just run the scores and then we're going to get your wishes for the Flames.
Sure.
All right. Vancouver 4-3 winners over Chicago. Washington 2-1 winners over Carolina in the shootout. Anaheim 5-1 over New Jersey. Colorado 6-2 over San Jose. Vegas 6-3 winners over Ottawa. And that is it for the NHL.
Yeah, a little, and at least a few games last night. I'm getting sick and tired of this 1 and 2. That was an okay day. Yep, that was a little more spread out than normal. Good stuff.
Well, it looks like no one wants to go against the big bear of the NFL on Sundays. That is exactly
which
what
I understand it. I wouldn't either. That's a sacred day, man. That's the NFL football day. I don't ever want my Flames playing on those days because I am fully vested in the NFL. I love it. So that's their day. They chose that, and I love how they did that. That's Sunday is the NFL's day. Screw off. That's why CFL doesn't do it.
NFL is Saturdays from here forward, though.
That's right. Playoff time, baby. Yep.
Yeah, Christmas time, playoff time there. I do like it. There's Monday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday for the next few weeks. So that's
I like it.
good.
I like it. It always is at the end of the season, and that I enjoy. Yeah.
I do too. I do too. But okay, well, I'm sure you want to go in depth with your Flames wishes. So let's get at her.
All right. Wish number one is already coming true, but the reason I put it in there is I still don't trust that it'll happen, but I'm sure that it will. New arena for this team.
Yes.
It is an embarrassment. It is ugly. I love the idea of it being a saddle in Cowtown. You know, that's great and all, guys, but the roof is falling in. God, there's big bands don't want to play there anymore. And I'm telling you, it's not a great game day experience for the fans. It is pretty run down. Now, I know the nostalgic people are going to be like, oh, but it's where we witnessed all this. I'm like, create new history.
Yeah,
Create new history and
exactly.
something beautiful. I'm telling you, nobody's saying they wish they could go back to the old Oilers arena. I promise you that right now.
I don't know. Everyone wants to go back to Northlands, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I don't want to go back to old Mosaic, although I did love the atmosphere. But I don't want to go back to old Mosaic. I love the new stadium. But that's number one off my list is get it done. Make sure this really happens.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That sounds good.
Number two
Realistic.
for me on my list is, man, Conroy, work your magic. You've got to find, and one and two are similar, or two and three, sorry. Find someone to take half of Huberdeau's contract. I don't care if you have to also give him rights to the Calgary Stampede Queen, whatever it is that you've got to do to throw in to sweeten the pot. This guy has 3 points in the last 12 games. He's like a -9 in that stretch. 0 in the last 9, I believe, 0 points. All points came from the first 3 of those last 12 games. He's I don't know if he's done or what's going on, but last year it was all about, Sutter's the problem, worked him too hard. I just can't play for this guy. And this summer it was all, we got a new coach, fresh face, this
Yeah.
and that. Well, you got that man fired and you've done shit about it. It's on you, buddy. Take some responsibility. Come out, have an interview, say, I got to be better. I don't hear that. I don't hear that coming out. You are not a leader. You threw your old coach under the bus, said it was his problem because you're a little bit of a baby. You're too soft. You've got talent and you do not show up. The rookies are a million times better than you. Move him. Please, God, move him. I don't care if we have to retain half or even 3/4 of a stupid contract. Gone. He's got to go. He does nothing. For $10 million, he does nothing. He's playing like a $1 million player. He does nothing. He's got to go, in my opinion. Then number 3 for me would be do that same thing with Kadri. Kadri hasn't done nothing. I'm not gonna blast on him, but Kadri could get you back a huge reward. So for number 3, it's somehow move Kadri. There's a playoff contender out there that's looking for a dirty little snot-nosed punk to get out there, get some points, be that second line to third line center, and get after it for you. Kadri does have an upside to him. He's played not bad with our rookies, I'll tell you, but we don't need him going forward. His contract's huge, and we need to embrace more of a youth atmosphere. Yep. So number 3 is Kadri. So move him. And I don't have anything specific for comeback on either of them. I want some picks and some youth. That's all I'm looking for. Nothing specific on those 2 specific deals.
Okay.
Then I have move Vladar while his is high. He's won 2 games. High, yeah. He's played well. There are guys interested. Move Vladar. You got to keep Markstrom. I understand it. You need your solid one. He's healthy now. He's back. Really can't move him. No one wants a guy that's up and down, that's a full-time starter, and that's Markstrom's game. So Vladar, younger, cheaper, someone wants him. Believe you me, someone's taking him right away. If they announce, Vladar's available, then that brings me to the next one after that is then Wolf comes up full-time. He doesn't need to be developed anymore in the juniors. He's the winningest goalie in the history of junior hockey. WHL, NHL, or AHL, 4 years in a row being the goalie of the year. That's never happened before, ever. Bring him up. Let him learn and practice and train with Markstrom. Markstrom's a proven starter. Give him the games when Markstrom's exhausted. Those 1 and 2. And I know they want to keep him, playing down in the AHL so that he's ready. But no, guys, he needs to face NHL caliber shots and power play and that kind of shit to develop him any further. He's already mastered every other league. Give him his shot properly. Wean him in there. Let him play under Markstrom now. He's had his time. Now, if Markstrom goes on a heater and wins 20 games straight and he doesn't see any time, then send him down for a 2-week stretch. That's how some do it. But I want to see him up there. That's my next one. Develop that young man. Give him the chance that I feel he deserves before you just cast him off. I understand he's small. He's a winner, though. Winners win. Winners win. It's just a thing. So I've got that. Fully commit to your youth. Fully commit. None of this wishy-washy, up, down, this, that, moving parts around. Fully commit. The second Pelche is healthy, Let him play 2 weeks in the A, and then he's immediately up. You keep Pospisil up there. No more healthy scratching that bastard. He's dirty. He's grinder. He's awesome. You keep letting Zary run it. I mean, he's second, I think, in rookie scoring to Bedard. That's absurd.
Yeah.
Nobody's even talking about this kid. He's great in his position. Let the youth go. Pospisil, all those guys. I want to see Coronado. Bring him up. Leave him there. Don't touch him. Doesn't matter if we lose. We are committed to the full rebuild. That's my next thing is commit to the rebuild, not just the youth, full rebuild. Don't worry about anything else. It runs and ties together. The rebuild needs to happen. Winning these games on the weekend here and here, and we're floating at that 500. At the end of the day, it only hurts us. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah,
going to go on an eight. What's that?
You don't ever get that elite pick, right?
Yeah. And
we
we need a star. Could you imagine building around a guy like Pospisil and Zary? It would just build such a great core. Get one more youth guy in there. They're all young. They'll all get along. They'll create a bond, and they'll get better from him.
Maybe you can get into Ginla again because there's Joe and Taj too.
Yeah, Joe got his first goal in the dub, I think, last night, and he got an assist the night before.
Well, Taj had which is Joe? The youngest one is from the Edmonton Oil Kings, anyway.
Yeah, he got his first goal last night. That's Joe.
Yeah, well, I think he had one on Saturday.
No,
Didn't
he
have
got
4 points?
He got.
I thought he got an apple and 3 assists.
Maybe he did. I just watched a program on it. Not a program. I like a 2-minute TikTok on it last night, and that could be right. But one of them got their first assist just recently, and then last night Joe I think got his first goal because they announced it. It was nice. It was a 2-on-1, and yeah, it'd be great. Like, look, I mean, Iginla already works for the Flames. Let's be honest. Yeah. Let's build a relationship there. That's good. I mean, Jerome loved Calgary. That's
Gavin McKenna will be coming in a couple of years.
You bet he will. You bet he will. So yeah, like I commit to it. Draft. I want to see drafting for specific speed on both sides. The Flames are faster now than they've ever been, but it's only because of the youth. I want to see speed. Speed kills in the new NHL.
Yeah.
So get the speed and then coach them up. That's my thing. I'm not saying get the dog shit guys that are the fastest, but there's talent out there that's fast that you might be looking at. Wow, this guy got more points in this and that and that and this. If he's not as fast as the guy that was 2 guys under him in the point, I want the speed guy. I want to see this team get just ugly fast, man. Just run the pace of a hockey game. Yeah, they're going to make youth mistakes. I'm totally cool with that. Have Wolf back there standing on his head. That's what I want to see.
And speed and size still does matter. I don't care.
You bet it does. You give me a break, man. Like, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. Especially if you make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then my last wish is 2 guys I want to see moved. And I want to see them moved. They're both offensive guys. Hannafin and Lindholm, both on the forefront. But I'd like to see them move this year. And I'd like to see them pick up faster defense. Because I think we should pull up youth and let them fill the roster. And I want to see them traded and somehow get D-men and younger and faster ones. They don't have to be talented, crazy, but get me some speed. Get me guys that'll get their shot off in time. And that's what I'd love to see. I'm not saying specifically size. I'd love to see a little bit more size with all the youth we're going to have. It'd be nice to have some big boys back there. But the speed, I really want a fast defenseman, a back-checking dog. And so that was kind of the list that I made here.
Well, have I got a deal for you? I'll be the Oilers GM and you be the Flames, and I'm going to move Broberg to you. Broberg and a pick, and you retain some salary, and we're going to take Tanev and throw him in on our second pairing. And she's a win-win for both of us.
I agree, but I didn't really want to move Town. If he's kind of like the guy that's willing to block a puck with his face, I kind of like his grittiness. I think the kids like him, the young guy.
He's going, though. He's going.
Yeah. He is anyways. So I would be okay with it because I know he's not staying.
Yeah, and you want speed. Broberg kid has not been given an opportunity. He's by far better than Desharnais. He's better than Ceci and Kulak, but he's just not given the opportunity.
Yeah, and he's fast.
Yeah, he's a great skater. Yeah, so
he is a great skater.
Someone's going to get a diamond in the rough there, myself. Yeah. But we'll get into my Oilers tomorrow morning.
Yeah. But that's all I had for my wishes. That it's a long list. And of course, not all of it's ever going to happen. But man, I think all these things almost everything I put on here, other than the stadium, and it is just a roundabout way. Let's bring it all together. I want them to commit to that rebuild. I'm okay losing 2 to 3 seasons, but watching, like Donnie said, I watched the Flames game the other night. They lost the game. I think it was they were up and then lost in overtime or
Yeah.
whatever. He said, first Flames game I've enjoyed, I think, since the Stanley Cup run in 13 or whenever the hell that was that we had 20 years ago. He said, because these young guys are fun to watch. Yeah, they made mistakes. That's why they lost. But damn it, anyways, they're actually fast. He's like, they moved the puck. He's like, they got lots of shots. He's like, this is a totally different team than we're used to seeing. He's like, I enjoyed it. Like, he's like, they're fun to watch. I said, that's all that matters. Fans
Yeah.
want something fun to watch.
Yeah.
They don't have to win everything. I mean, the Riders, shit. Some of our best years were the most horrific losses, like 13th man shit, just because they had passion. They loved the fans. They embraced the team. Like, embrace it again. Become the fans team. Become the fans team. A bunch of young guys are out in the public, signing autographs, showing up at the mall, doing this. Like, and that's what the youth does. The older guys are paid too much. They don't want to be in the spotlight anymore. They're like, put me on the ice, and then after that, you'll never see me during the week. I got guys that do that for me. No, no, no. Let's embrace this. Let's build a culture. It's time. It's time.
It is time. It is time. But tomorrow we'll do the Edmonton Oilers. Then we're back into the NFL and Baltimore and Philly. And then on Friday, the Rough Riders. But I just want to go over the results of the NFR here quickly.
Yes, please. I was going to ask you. I just Parker was asking yesterday how everything's been going. So
All
he's here
right.
now.
So the NFR is over. All around Cowboy was Stetson Wright. He went in there leading. He got injured, and he still won the all-around Cowboy. So Stetson Wright,
Congratulations.
your all-around Cowboy champion. In bareback, Keenan Hayes is your world champion for this year. Saddle Bronc, Canada, Zeke Thurston.
Zeke Thurston, I saw that one.
You betcha. In Saddle Bronc. Bull riding, the guy who rode on a concussion and broken ribs, Kai Hamilton, is your bull riding world champion. And
yeah, you can't deny a winner there. Holy moly, those guys are tough.
no, Stetson Wright probably would have been there too, but of course he got hurt. Steer wrestling, Tyler Wagaspak is your steer wrestling champion of 2023. He had a great week. Team roping, we're going to head into the headers. Tyler Wade was your header champion, and your healer was Wesley Thorpe on your healing side for champions. Tie down roping, let's get into that. Riley Webb, your world champion winner, and he come in at $450,000 for the year. So big money, big money.
That is big money.
Woo. You betcha. Steer, where are we here? Steer roping. Cole Patterson won the steer roping. I'm not sure what that's. Never seen that actually before. Barrel racing, Brittany Posey Tanazi. Boy, that's a mouthful.
That is. Holy moly.
Yeah, she is your world champion for this year, and I think does that cover it all? I think it does actually.
Well, congratulations to all. Huge.
You betcha. And breakaway, of course, was Shelby Basoli, I guess, out of Stephenville, Texas. But that wasn't in the NFR either. That was held prior at the South Point, I think, or Sandy Point Hotel or whatever it's called. So that is your results for the 2023 NFR. So
I'm gonna give a quick shout out to one more Flame that I haven't gotten into that I love right now, and it is part of the whole youth movement. I mean, I didn't have the note on it, but I did have it on my phone. We did a little bit of youth trading there when we did the Toffoli for Sharon Govich. Yeah. And when that deal went through, I publicly hated it. I was pissed at it, and now I'm like, yeah, that's how rebuilds happen. Right? It ended up being one. They had him as a healthy scratch. Someone saw something in him. I believe it was still tree living at that time.
Yeah.
But he's been every night. If he gets I think a point in his next game, he breaks the Flames record, which is sad. I mean, it's not a big, but I mean, it's like 12 games in a row with a point or whatever it is. Yeah. But man, that I went back and just kind of checked Twitter and whatnot. When that trade went down, I was not the only person that hated it. I don't think there was one person that liked it, including my Flames podcast that I listened to, the Barn Burner. They outcast that deal, like, what are you doing? What a stupid, stupid trade. And but Sharangovich has been kind of our spark plug, him and Zeri, but youth again. He's not a
Yes.
rookie, but he's very young.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have a few guys to build around. So
You betcha. You
I
bet.
had to say it. I don't know how I forgot him in that little blurb, but him I like. He's a good
Uh,
player.
that happens, and I want to give a shout out to Jared Parsonage for he didn't win the bull riding, but man, did he do us proud, and he did himself proud, and great
Sure
week,
did.
Jared. You done the whole area proud, Jared, and
Oh,
congratulations
Canada.
on a year that was very successful for Jared. So
Yeah.
very proud of the man.
Unreal year. Great work, man. He did win one of the nights at the NFR and he did ride a
Yeah,
few bulls.
round two, he did ride some bulls, and man, that is one tough way to make a living. So hats off
Yeah.
to you. I tip my hat to you.
Yeah. Congratulations, man.
You betcha. But anyways, that's probably it for today. And man, join us tomorrow. We're going to talk a little Edmonton Oilers. My wish. Maybe if
Ooh.
Parker's got a wish he'd like to throw in there, we'll have his wish or two tomorrow morning on the Edmonton Oilers wish list for
I
2020.
guess I could have put wish number 10. Maybe Parker would grow up and become a Flames fan again. Maybe that should have been my 10th wish. Maybe my son
Ooh.
stop breaking my damn heart on the daily.
Hey, he had a wonderful looking cake. I
Tell
gotta say.
tell Tyson what day it is today.
My birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, man! Happy birthday!
Double digits today. I have a 10-year-old
Oh,
effective right now.
my goodness! You know that's exciting. The ladies are the phone numbers are just gonna start rolling in. When you hit 10, like,
he got a new hockey stick this weekend.
oh, nice. What kind of stick? What kind of stick?
I got a CCM Ripcord Trigger 7.
Ooh, that sounds pretty snazzy. I'm just basing it on the Ripcore 7 part. So
yeah, I know nothing about sticks. I'm a goalie. I just whatever my dad allowed me to get. That's what I put.
I used the 2x4 nailed together.
He curved it. He warmed it up on the stove. He curved it for me. Yeah.
The old wood stick.
Yeah. What was that, Parker? Before we go, say one more thing.
My red hockey stick broke in the door.
He pitchforked himself in the old Fox Valley Arena in the old gaps we got in some of the doors. He was skating by and snapped the blade.
Well, not this year, but last year. So Peyton, of course, is involved in volleyball in fall, right? So he doesn't get to use his stick. But the first game, which was past the 30-day warranty, we were down in Assiniboia. He stuck his stick in the damn door like 5 minutes into the game.
And broke it.
Broke it, and I'm like, for Christ's sakes, like
$300 to $400 just gone,
gone with the wind. And for some reason, one of our listeners, and I don't know if you know him, Blaine Schwab, he's got the talent for writing letters about these sticks. Like the man has got more free sticks than Jerome McGinley got panties in the mail when he was a hockey player. Like
I was with Schwabi yesterday in Etonia. He was up there watching hockey in the arena, and I went and stood with him and chatted with him for a good 20 minutes. He's a great dude.
Yeah, he got the knack. I don't know who writes the letters, but he must use. I'm thinking he like dabs perfume on the freaking
probably does
stuff like that, or
he's like, they call fishing when it's like you're talking to a sexy lady on the internet, but it's really a fat old guy eating cheeseburgers on the outside. He's probably fishing. He probably puts a picture of himself, but it's Claudia Schiffer in the corner and sends it away. My son's stick broke, and I really need it back. And and then bam. There we go.
He gets free sticks. I don't know how the hell he does it. Or maybe does he look up the CEOs and then he's got like pictures of them with a sheep or something like that? Like
exactly.
That too.
He's got some blackmail.
Yeah. Or black sheep.
Or black sheep.
Something, but because he gets free sticks all the time. That lucky bastard. That's all I'm gonna say.
What stick did Peyton break?
Oh, that was a Geo. That was a bad one to break. I'm telling you.
Yeah, not a good one to break.
No. But what way do you shoot? What way do you shoot?
He's a righty.
Oh, you're like Austin. Austin was a righty. Peyton's a lefty like me. So, man, am I going to have some fantastic rec hockey sticks when Peyton
Tyson, I got a hoverboard for Christmas.
We had our Christmas yesterday.
Oh, yes, a hoverboard. And did you try it out?
No.
And Levi got one too.
Levi did too. And Parker did not get a hoverboard. He got money, he got cash. I mean, he's going to be driving soon. So we gave him cash and,
I woke up this morning. I'm getting ready for our Christmas on the 24th, and I thought there'd maybe be a present there for me. And Santa took the whole tree and everything on me. So that tells you how
the
good
Grinch
I was.
showed up at Tyson's.
Yeah. He not only ate the damn cookies, he took the tree with him too.
He's evil.
Yeah. Unless it was the Burstall break-in that happened in Golden Prairie down here.
That's true. Maybe they went there to the payloader.
Yeah, they wanted a Christmas tree. They didn't have one in the Cypress Credit Union in Burstall. Come and stole mine.
Yeah, took them all.
I gotta look. Maybe my skid steer is like in the corner there. I never looked that close.
Yeah, took a swing at the chicken coop. Yes, Levi, what do you want?
Is it over?
No, we're live right now. So that's why you guys need to shut up.
All right. Well, that's probably it for today, but thanks for tuning in. It was a great show. Tomorrow's my top wish list for the Edmonton Oilers. And happy birthday to one of the greatest guys I know, Parker Schmaltz. Congratulations on being 10. And if you need a girlfriend manager, I think I can squeeze that in for you.
He could be your agent.
Yeah, I'll be your agent. Just send the phone numbers to me, and I'll kind of sift through them for you. And we'll look for a bit of a cowgirl because I know your style. Maybe she could be a bullfighter. She could be a bullfighter, like the first female bullfighter. And,
I don't think he wants that. Maybe a barrel racer. Stick to a barrel racer.
Well, she could save his ass. Isn't that what women?
I mean, that's true, but she could also beat it then. And I don't need that. We got a name to hold. Get beat by wives is not really on the top echelon of what we're looking for.
Well, I think it could work. It could work.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. She could. When your hand gets caught in the bull rope, when you're a bull rider someday, she could come and bail you out.
That's true. Probably true.
Save the day. So we'll see. We'll see how many numbers come in, but we'll definitely have a look at it when it does.
I'll get them to text you.
So all you girls out there that are 10 years old, please forward your phone numbers to Schmaltz Insurance this afternoon. And
Parker is looking for. It's got to be you got to own a ranch, or your parents have to own a ranch. We've been very specific here, so preferably blonde, around the same height, so extremely short. So that's all we're looking for. And if the parents could also send us their T4s so we know what they're dealing with as well. I'd like to make sure that this is a successful ranch. Okay, I know that's probably hard to find these days, but we're looking for a financially viable option for Parker.
There is no such thing as a financial viable option.
I was waiting for your comment.
Sorry to say, I guess you're going to be moving on from a farm girl.
Yeah. You have to marry a politician.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, it was a great show this morning, and we'll catch everyone tomorrow morning for the Edmonton.
You betcha. Oiler Day.
Wish list. And man, do I have a lot there.
Yep, I know you do.
All righty, man. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Awesome, Tyson. Have a good